everyone, it's Miss Lauren and welcome to Storytime. So today's Storytime is going to be all about the holiday that's coming up. You guessed it, Christmas. So we're going to read some stories, play some games, all about Christmas and our favorite Christmas characters. So I hope you guys have fun and thanks for joining today. Okay, so let's go ahead and start our story time with our opening song, If You're Ready for a Story. So go ahead and stand up for me. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Make your hands all nice and neat. If you're ready for a story, take a seat. Good job. Okay, so our first story today is called How to Catch Santa. So let's go ahead and get started. After waiting for days and days and days, it's finally Christmas Eve, and that's when you can try to catch Santa. As you know, Santa's very busy and you won't be able to keep him for long. So plan ahead. Figure out now how to make the most of your time. First of all, don't you have a zillion questions to ask him? Questions for Santa. How do you stay clean? How do you squeeze down chimneys? What about houses with no chimneys? How fast do reindeer fly to get everywhere in one night? What's their fuel? Magic? Do elves ever sneak a ride in your sleigh? What about kids? How do you find kids who are away on trips? What's your favorite toy? Do you get mountains and mountains of letters? Who invents new toys at your workshop? The elves? Mrs. Claus? You? Do you really eat cookies at everyone's house? Maybe you have things you want to tell him. Things to tell Santa. I'm trying very hard to be good. My sister is too, even if it doesn't look like it. Thank you for the presents. Sorry I always forget to send a thank you note. I know what my mom and dad want. They were too busy to write to you. And maybe you have things you want to give him. Santa will love that. Things to give Santa. A headlamp for going down dark, dark chimneys. A nose warmer for cold sleigh rides. Drawings of Santa with your family. Homemade Christmas decorations for Mrs. Claus. Okay, now you know what you'll have to do once you catch Santa. It's time to figure out how to do it. Definitely don't try anything too wild and crazy. Lassoing Santa, distracting him with a giant candy cane, luring him into a snow trap, tying nets between palm trees. Instead, be crafty, be clever, be gentle. If you're very lucky, you will actually catch Santa, but you might only catch a glimpse of him. Or you might just find Santa's been here clues. Plan for all of these possibilities. Early on Christmas Eve, write Santa a note and fill it with glitter. When he opens it, glitter will sprinkle all over him and he'll leave a trail. That's a Santa's been here clue for sure. Scatter carrots in your yard or on the windowsill. If they disappear, that's a reindeer have been here clue. Write Santa riddles, but don't give the answers yet. Bake him cookies. Instead of putting them by the tree, draw arrows leading to your room. String bells and chimes with the cookies. That way, he'll make a racket and wake you up. Now, try to be patient. While you wait, sing Christmas songs and read books about Santa. Maybe you'll even get some new Santa catching ideas. Ask your mom and dad if they ever tried to catch Santa when they were little. Do they have any tricks? Check with your grandma and grandpa too. When it starts to get dark, Santa and his reindeer begin their rounds. Have everyone keep an eye out the window. If your family makes lots of noise, laughing, eating, talking, playing games, say shh every now and then and listen for Santa sounds. Santa sounds, Santa doing stretches on your neighbor's roof, sleigh bells, reindeer whinnying in the distance, elves giggling, ho, ho, ho. When you start to get sleepy, make last-minute preparations. Leave the Christmas tree lights on to help Santa see his way around. Rudolph, with his nose so bright, can't help him from the roof. Set out your Santa riddles with a note that says, "For help with the answers, wake me up." Santa won't be able to resist. Is your puppy a good watchdog? A good, gentle watchdog? If yes, then let him stay in your bedroom. Remember, Santa won't come to your house until you're asleep. Before you lay your head on your pillow, peek out the window one last time. Good luck catching Santa, and Merry Christmas! And if you didn't catch Santa this time, don't worry. There's always next year. And that is the end of How to Catch Santa. All right, so let's go ahead and do our rocket song. So put your hands together, make your rockets, and zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you'd like to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Okay, so the first game we're going to play today is we are going to build a snowman. Now I think when our snowman is finished, he might be a snowman you may recognize. All right, so what do you think the first thing our snowman needs would be? Does he need a middle, right? We need a middle for our snowman, okay. Let's see which way. I think we'll go that way, okay. And our snowman's got some buttons there. Do you think he needs another part of his body? Maybe another ball of snow? One more button on there. All right. And what about feet? Do you think our snowman should have feet? I think so. So let's go ahead and add our little snowball feet. Okay. And what do you think about arms? Should our snowman have arms? And what do you think our arms should be made out of for our snowman? Maybe we've got sticks. Okay. And what do you think the last thing is that our snowman needs? I think our snowman needs a head. All right, and we've got, who's our snowman? Olaf! Let's move him down a little bit so you can see all of them. You got it. Good job, you guys. Our next story is called, Oh, What a Christmas. All right. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, what a Christmas. Everything started off the same magical way Christmas always does. Santa and his reindeer took off from the North Pole, loaded with presents for all the boys and girls around the world. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, Santa called out as the sleigh raced across the starry sky. Then pop, rip, stretch. The harness that attached the reindeer to Santa's sleigh was tearing. With one final boing, it snapped in two. Ho, ho! Oh, no! The reindeer streaked off into the night, and Santa and his sleigh headed back down to earth like a big, fat, jolly red skyrocket. A snow-covered mountain rose up from the north woods. The sleigh struck the snowy peak, then skidded and slid and slipped and spun down the slope. Now the sleigh was going so fast, Santa couldn't stop it. A great plume of snow flew high up in the air as the sleigh tore across the field. Ho, ho, slow, Santa howled right before he crashed, kablam, into the side of a barn. Santa wasn't hurt. He just sat there brushing the snow off and wondering what to do now. The barn door creaked open and a sleepy sheep peeked out. "Ho, ho! Oh, hello," said Santa. The sheep stepped out into the snow, followed by another sheep, then a horse, then 2 cows, then a goat, then a pig, and finally a very old dog. "Well, this is a fine mess," Santa's belly jiggled as he laughed. "Those reindeer must be halfway across the world by now." "I can't disappoint all those children," Santa said. "I have to get them their presents." Santa was thinking. Suddenly, he smiled, and with a twinkle in his eye, he said, "Maybe you can help me." Santa turned the sleigh right side up, and with a little help from his new friends, all the presents were packed onto the sleigh. Then Santa lined up all the animals, 2 by 2, in front of the sleigh. Santa wiggled his nose, snapped his fingers, and poof! In one instant flash, they were all attached to the sleigh with a beautiful new harness. Those don't look like your typical reindeer, do they? Got pigs and goats and cows, horses. Santa sprang to his sleigh with a quick little whistle. "Giddy up!" And before the animals knew it, up they went. They were flying. Now sheep, now goat, now piggy and cows, on horsey, on doggy. Oh, what a Christmas flight we have now! The once silent night was filled with mooing and barking and baaing and neighing and oink, oink, oinking. As they approached the first house, Santa called, "Ho, ho, whoa, whoa, whoa!" They landed with a big thud, stomp, thwack, whomp, and whinny. Then they screeched to a halt just at the edge of the roof. "Not too bad for your first time," said Santa as he slipped down the chimney. Delivering presents to all the children of the world is a big job to do in one night. They were so far behind schedule, they had to work twice as hard. There was barely time for cookies and milk this year. One country after another, one house after another, one present after another. They finally finished as the morning sun came over the horizon. Santa was covered in ashes and soot, and the animals were all so hungry. "Ho, ho, home," said Santa with a big yawn and stretch. "You did a great job. Now it's time to get you back to the barn." The reindeer were waiting as Santa and his new team touched down. "Ho, ho, ho! Oh, what a Christmas!" said Santa to the proud little band from the barn. "I couldn't have done it without you." Santa let out a big belly laugh as he took his new friends out of the harness and buckled his sheepish reindeer in. "I've left you a special surprise in the barn," said Santa with a smile. Then he hopped up on his sleigh, and with a flick of the reins, he headed back to the North Pole. Over his shoulder, he shouted out to his new friends, "Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!" And that's the end of Oh, What a Christmas. All right, so let's go ahead and do our banana song. Good. Put your hands above your head, make your banana, and peel bananas. Peel, peel bananas. Peel bananas. Peel, peel bananas. And chop bananas. Chop, chop bananas. Chop bananas. Chop, chop bananas. And mash bananas. Mash, mash bananas. Mash bananas. Mash, mash bananas. And eat bananas. Eat, eat bananas. Eat bananas. Eat, eat bananas. And what's the last thing we're going to do? You all know. Go bananas! Good job. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a Christmas song now called The Bells on the Sleigh. If you know the song The Wheels on the Bus, you'll catch the tune pretty quick, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. The bells on the sleigh go ring, 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 ring. The bells on the sleigh go ring, 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 all through the sky. The reindeer on the sleigh fly way up high, way up high, way up high. The reindeer on the sleigh fly way up high, all through the sky. The snow in the sleigh falls gently down, gently down, gently down. The snow in the sleigh falls gently down, all through the sky. The driver on the sleigh goes ho, 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 ho. The driver on the sleigh goes ho, 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 all through the sky. And that's our song. All right, so our next game is called 5 Little Snowmen. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little snowmen standing here. So let's go ahead and get started with our game. 5 little snowmen standing in a row, each with a hat and a bright red bow. Out came the sun, uh-oh. And it's shone all day. What happens when the sun comes out with snow? You got it. One little snowman melted away. Left a puddle in his place. 4 little snowmen standing in a row, each with a hat and a bright red bow. Out came the sun and it shone all day. And one little snowman melted away. Another puddle. 3 little snowmen standing in a row, each with a hat and a bright red bow. Out came the sun and shone all day. And one little snowman melted away. Another puddle in its place. 2 little snowmen standing in a row, each with a hat and a bright red bow. Out came the sun and it shone all day, and one little snowman melted away. Got yet another puddle. 1 little snowman standing in a row, each with a hat and a bright red bow. Out came the sun and it shone all day, and one little snowman melted away. We've got another puddle. So we started with 5 snowmen. 5 of our snowmen melted away, and we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little puddles. Good job, guys. All right, our next story is called Santa's New Suit. Make sure you pay real close attention to the pictures in this story, as they might pop right off the page. Santa Claus is getting dressed, for Christmas Eve is here, but both his suits look worn and old. He can't wear them this year. Looking in the mirror sadly in his bright white vest, Santa starts to worry as he needs to look his best. In the workshop, Santa looks around for festive clothes. What about an elf suit? Could I put on one of those? Santa thinks it's worth a try and asks a helpful elf, who takes a small blue costume down from the highest shelf. Santa struggles with the suit. He can't fit in at all. He tries the little green hat on, but even that's too small. The stripy long pants are so tight they make his legs quite sore, and when he shows the elves, they all fall giggling on the floor. Feeling a bit silly, Santa turns a little red. He takes the elf suit off and peers outside to clear his head. There he sees a snowman wrapped up tight in woolly clothes. Santa takes a look and thinks, perhaps I'll borrow those. Santa spots the Arctic hares and asks, does this look nice? They pause to think it over and give Santa their advice. When you go down chimneys, that scarf will snag and catch. Yes, you're right, says Santa, and this wool does make me scratch. Santa pales with worry. In an hour he needs to go. He hurries to the reindeer team and tells his tale of woe. Giving him a stripy scarf, they wonder what to do. The reindeer can't remember when they last saw him so blue. I cannot fly, says Santa. With no suit, it's just not right. Children all across the world won't get their toys tonight. Just then someone bustles through the reindeer stable doors. Christmas bells, you're here, cries the anxious Mrs. Claus. Santa looks at Mrs. Claus, amazement on his face. She smiles at him and shakes her head and then hands him a case. Quickly now, you're late, you know, his wife begins to chide. as Santa lifts the lid to find a brand new suit inside. And that's the end of Santa's new suit. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do our goodbye song because our story time is all wrapped up for today. So you know our song, it's Tickle the Clouds. So let's get started. Tickle the clouds, tickle your toes, turn around and tickle your nose. Reach down low, reach up high. Story time's over, so wave goodbye. Bye everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into our story time today, and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas.